Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a really powerful idea that you can actually train your mind for well-being, kind of like you train your body for physical fitness. We're talking about building calm and resilience from the inside out. So, let me just start with a question. You ever feel overwhelmed by stress or anxiety? Well, what if I told you the key to finding calm wasn't something you had to go out and find, but a tool you already have? What if you could learn to regulate your own nervous system using something you literally carry with you every single moment of every single day? To answer that, we first need to kind of shift our whole approach to well-being. It means moving away from this reactive model of just fixing problems as they pop up to a proactive one we're going to call mental fitness. So what is mental fitness really? Well, it's this proactive approach that's built on a simple idea. We can improve our mental health with consistent, intentional training. Just think about it like going to the gym. It's about making a conscious effort to build up this deep well of mental resources that'll help you navigate all the challenges life's going to throw at you. And that analogy is just so powerful, isn't it? Physical training builds up our body's strength to handle physical stuff, right? Well, in the exact same way, intentional mental training improves our mind's ability to manage, recover from, and even prevent challenges like stress and anxiety. Okay, so let's get into the how. To really get how to train our minds, we first need to understand the operating system that's always running in the background of our bodies. The thing controlling our heart rate, our breathing, all without us even thinking about it, that's our autonomic nervous system. And this is where a really fascinating framework called polyvagal theory comes in. It was developed by Dr. Stephen Porges, and you can think of it as basically a user manual for our nervous system. It explains the science of how our bodies are constantly and subconsciously scanning our environment for clues of safety or danger, and that scan is what shapes our feelings and our behaviors. So, the theory lays out this hierarchy of three main states our body can be in. At the very top, you've got a state of safety and social connection. That's our sweet spot. In the middle, there's a mobilized state for fight or flight. And then, way down at the bottom, a state of shutdown. Each one is a totally distinct survival strategy that's hardwired right into our biology. Now, a really helpful way to visualize these states is to picture a ladder. This polyvagal ladder gives us a super clear map to understand our own experiences and what's actually happening inside our bodies from one moment to the next. At the very top of that ladder is our ideal state. It's called the ventral vagal state, or the safe and social zone. This is where we feel connected, we feel calm, and we're just engaged with the world around us. This is where we want to live. When we're up here, we feel things like curiosity, hope, and compassion. We feel grounded, we feel mindful. See, this state is regulated by the ventral branch of our vagus nerve, which is like the body's main information highway. And it creates the biological foundation for us to learn, to be creative, and to connect with other people. But when our nervous system picks up on a threat, and it doesn't matter if it's real or just something we think is a threat, it immediately kicks us down that ladder into the sympathetic state. This is the mobilization state, much better known as fight or flight. And we all know what this feels like. This state is just fueled by adrenaline. It's characterized by feelings of anxiety, anger, panic, and fear. Your body is literally getting you ready to either fight a threat or run away from it. It's all about action and high energy. Now, what if the threat feels totally overwhelming or like there's no escape? Well, our system can drop us all the way to the bottom of the ladder. This is the dorsal vagal state, a really primitive biological response of shutdown or immobilization. When we're down here, we might feel completely numb, disconnected, maybe hopeless. This is our most ancient survival strategy, regulated by the dorsal branch of the vagus nerve, and it's designed to conserve energy when all other options have failed. But here's the most mind-blowing part of this whole theory. This entire process, moving up and down the ladder, it happens subconsciously. Dr. Porges has a word for it: neuroception. It's our nervous system's built-in radar for safety and danger, and it's happening all the time, completely beneath our conscious awareness. So that's the big question, isn't it? If we can't consciously control this, how in the world do we climb back up the ladder towards safety and connection when we're stuck? The answer, and this is just brilliant, lies in our breath. Let's look at our first tool, box breathing. This is a super simple, super powerful technique. You just inhale for a count of 4, you hold for 4, you exhale for 4, and you hold again for 4. That steady rhythmic pattern helps to ground your nervous system when you're feeling stressed out. Next up, we've got the 4-7-8 breath. You breathe in through your nose for 4 seconds, hold it for 7, and then exhale slowly through your mouth for a full 8 seconds. By making that exhale so much longer than the inhale, you're sending a direct, powerful, calm down signal right to your nervous system. And for a really quick reset, especially after a moment of sudden tension, there's the double inhale. It's just 2 sharp inhales through the nose, followed by 1 long, slow exhale through the mouth. This is one of the fastest ways known to science to activate your body's rest and digest system. It's like an emergency brake for stress. With consistent practice, these simple exercises become so much more than just little tricks you use in the moment. They become these powerful, reliable tools for building your long-term mental fitness. The immediate benefits are pretty obvious. You're going to get better at relaxing and managing stress right when it happens. You'll find yourself having more measured responses to challenges, and it'll be easier to self-reflect and really connect with the people around you. But the real magic, the real game changer, is what happens over the long term. This kind of practice builds a super strong foundation of resilience. It leads to better, faster emotional recovery from tough situations, a more positive story you tell yourself about yourself, more protection against things like anxiety and depression, and even improved focus in your day-to-day life. So at the end of the day, your breath is a direct line to your nervous system. It is an incredibly powerful tool for self-regulation that you carry with you at all times, no matter where you are. So the only question left is, how are you going to use it?